Black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am black business. I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am black business. I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am black business. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children, with caring mentors and hands-on activities, with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle, with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City, USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Wanda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, Let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, prove that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know. There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box. I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people. Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Tabitha Russell, and I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our keynote speaker on today is Coach Kim Williams. She is an international leadership strategist and thought leader coach. As a coach, she develops you and your staff so that you can enhance your retention rate. A lifelong student of the Kingdom of God, principle of business, she has coined her as an organizational heaven. She uses emotional intelligence and mission mapping to curate results that grossly increase your earnings. Her life's passion is providentially analyzing and organizing your mission statement and process to equip your company with the tools that keep you at the front of the line in your niche. Welcome, Miss Kim Williams.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You are most welcome. It's a pleasure with having you on today. I will leave you with Genius is Coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Dr. Tabitha Russell. I am astonished at how much connectivity happens within the Black Business Network. I really appreciate this platform and what it offers. So thank you to Dr. Eric Kelly and all of the wonderful, wonderful sponsors. I look forward to continuing to do business with you all in this manner. So I want to take an opportunity to talk to you all today at the Black Business Network about emotional intelligence. I am the proud owner of Perspective 360 LLC. We are an emotionally intelligent firm where we use emotional intelligence to train CEOs, their leadership teams, and young adults in 3 areas. Those 3 areas are becoming leaders in leadership development. We talk about effective communication, and we talk about intergenerational conflict resolution. So what does that mean? What does that look like? And so I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been a part of an organization or a business and it seemed like the tenured staff was not able to effectively communicate with the newbie that came onto the team? It seemed as though there was a strife between the two of them, and they would never even met one another. It would become a difficult situation, or a challenge, I should say, to talk about the processes and the system and the way that they are ordered to do their business and their roles and responsibility. Well, if you've ever been in a situation where those have been some of the highlighted areas of opportunity, then I want to tell you that business could feed off of and thrive with an emotional intelligence training. The way that emotional intelligence helps businesses to thrive in that way is by amplifying the self-awareness of individuals, by amplifying self-regulation, empathy, our motivation, and our social skills. And these 5 pillars that are what make up emotional intelligence gives your business a thriving chance. And so, Black American businesses, we have a problem. I have looked over the industries in the last 15 years, nonprofit sectors as well as the for-profit sectors, and I have noticed the same issue. We care more than we merchandise. And the reason why this is a problem was something that the late and the great Sojourner Truth went to try to solve. She saw how the owners of the day were putting our faces on the money of the time, on the paper bills of the time. And depending upon how much that dollar or that paper was worth, that would signify the smiling face and or the sharecropped family that was in the background, smiling away while they were tilling their land. And so the value of those faces became prominent across the different countries and territories in so much of a way that everybody sought out to put their property on these dollar bills. And so when Sojourner Truth came about and she saw how they were capitalizing off of these faces, she knew that it was a marketable idea to put our faces on the things in which we represent. And so if you know anything about her story and anything about her entrepreneurial enterprise, then you understand the mission in which she took her emotions out of. And this is a very emotional situation, a very touchy subject, as we will call it. But she took the emotions out of it and she created a movement. And so, Black business, I came to talk to you today about caring about the monetized gain. And so when we think about that in terms of emotional intelligence and how it builds the way that we work with one another, then we will grow multi-million-dollar businesses yet again. I say yet again because I remember that if you know anything about the great and late Madam C.J. Walker, then you understand how she created a sales team that impacted the way that we saw our hair. And the product in which she produced reached across territories and state lines in such a way that she was able to build factories and make sales agents bigger than that of those that we see today. And this was back when we had a low impact in the enterprise world. So just imagine today when we have the market readily available for us in person, online, across nations. We are unstoppable as a people. Yet our emotions challenge us. This is something that has been programmed with us in terms of the way that we are manipulated emotionally to be triggered and respond versus standing in our strength and power. So if we know that what we have to offer and what it is that we bring to the table is a necessity to the market, what is the disconnect when it comes to working together? Is there too little? Is there not enough space at what we call and consider the top? Have we been tricked into believing that we have to love and get along with every person that helps us or supports us along the way? So let's talk about it for a little while. When we are driven by our emotions, then we stick to relationships that do not prosper us because we care so much and we love them so closely, and our relationship is just something that we don't want to let go because we don't want to seem like the bad guy. And so we hold on to people and principles and relationships that put a bad smell or a bad taste in the mouths of those who consume our goods. And then you have to put out fires unnecessarily, expending energy and resources in a direction that does not feed your bottom dollar. It actually depletes it. And so what am I saying to you today? I'm saying I want you to learn as a Black American doing business to have an awareness of the pitfalls that come from us from a traumatic space in our lives where we've been manipulated emotionally day in and day out to respond versus to stand in our power. And so if we do that, then we will conquer this merchandised space. So whatever your business is and whatever your niche is and how you choose to thrive, now that is shaped off of not only your charisma and your personality, but also your intellect and your expertise. It's been built through experiences and your learned knowledge that you've either gone to a school for, or you studied amongst yourself, read all of the books, and you gathered all of this information. And so now you can thrive in your niche. So when it comes to our emotions and our emotional spaces, there needs to be a separation. It doesn't mean you don't care at all. It means that you care about the marketability of this piece. And now, when we look at how that feeds into the relationships in which we build. So we have people that are, as I stated, challenging the way that we show up in the marketplace because, of the way that they do business. Are you prepared to have what we consider a difficult conversation? Not a conversation that belittles you or them or belittles their impact in your business, but a conversation that speaks to the mission at hand. Because no one goes into business to be in the red. No one goes into business to be out of business. And we know that about I think it's 2 out of 3 first-time business owners go out of business within the first 2 to 3 years. Why do you think that is? It's not because of the overhead. It's not because of the personnel, but it's because of the connectivity of the two and the inability to grow. So things that keep us from growing or stifle us in our spaces to grow are our emotions. You can become so attached to something and you're carrying it around and it's dead weight, but yet that weight is just enough weight to keep you from unfolding and unblossoming in a way that you are now prospering. So I employ you today to consider emotional intelligence in your business, because I want for you to communicate as a leader. I want for you to have conflict resolution in a way that continues to build your reputation, your brand, and it capitalizes on the strengths of those who do business with you. So let's get into needing to like or love somebody or be loved by somebody in order to do business with them. So it's been a misnomer in our community that we have to be liked and loved by everyone. And so the way that we show up in that form for business is we want to be the best friend of the network's lead, or we want to push. And so we push people out of the way and we're vying for the top slot because we don't think that we can make noise at the bottom of the ladder. Now, I don't know about you, but if you look into a classroom and you see about 24 students, you'll notice a student that tries to fight for attention. Whether it's the subtleties of always raising their hand or the one who always seems to be sick. Either way, they're fighting for attention. They just want the spotlight to be on them. And so when you are interacting with a personality like that, or you might be that personality, I need for you to understand that this core of this is from a lack of an emotional maturity. And it hurts and it dampers your business and the ability for your business to grow because you are now stifling those that you're able to interact with. I need for us to learn what we call cross communication. There is a way to talk and deal with people who may have a stronger charisma than you. They may even be louder than you. They may be the extrovert and you might be the introvert. That doesn't make you insignificant. And I know something that's not taught in our household is a key ingredient to emotional intelligence. It's called self-efficacy. Efficacy is spelled Efficacy. It's different than esteem because esteem says, I'm pumped up and I can do this. Efficacy says, not only can I do this, I will do this. I deserve to do this. There's nothing more that I deserve than this right here. And so when you have efficacy, you have this thing called tenacity. And a tenacious person doesn't have to lowball, blackball, or undermine other individuals. Why is that? Because they are in a position to win regardless. They understand what it takes to have what we call in the business world a snowball effect. The snowball doesn't necessarily have to start off big to be impactful, but once it gets rolling, When you see that snowball again, it's guaranteed to not be the same size as it was when you first met it. And so I want us to take an opportunity to understand that we have come from under emotional manipulation, trauma-based psychosis that has caused us in this United of States to thrive off of our emotions and use other people's emotions as well. And this is considered a hindrance to how we scale our business. There are so many people that you could be working with whom you may not necessarily get along with. They don't do things in a way that you want them to do, or they may not tackle a situation the way that you would tackle the situation. And because you don't like it, and because it gets on your nerves, because it gets under your skin, and because you can't manipulate them into moving the way you want them to, you throw them in the trash. The way that other businesses and cultures thrive is because they allow that person to be full within their own right. They allow the CFO to bring all the finance information that they need and require and have ownership of that area. They allow the CMO to bring all of the marketing direction that they need and require in order to thrive and take over the market space. So I want to ask you a question. Are you prepared to allow someone who doesn't think like you, who doesn't operate like you, to work within your Black business? For a lot of you, that answer is absolutely not. Or you might say, well, yeah, I don't think I can do that. Let's look at how well you work with people you hire. What is your retention rate? How often are people coming back that actually work with you? And if you are having and seeing a pattern in which they don't come back, we have to do some self-evaluation, making ourselves aware not only of what the issues are, but regulating in a way that actually strengthens the way that we do business. So there are some ways that we can regulate that are not beneficial. And the reason I'm having this conversation in this way is because a lot of times we go at solving problems by looking at solutions without first analyzing the data that caused the problem. So first, we can look at what the win is. The win is we're still in business. The win is we still have our name. The win is that people are obviously buying into whatever we're producing. That's the win, right? Got it. Write it down. We're in place. We're in position. But now, what are our areas of opportunity? Well, this person who came to work for me, who has over, let's say, 20 years of experience in multimedia, they don't want to work with me. I seem to not like their tactics, and I somehow believe it's because they don't know what they're doing. Or the person who was gung-ho and excited about working with me, now all of a sudden, they're not showing up and showing interest in the way that we do business. What's happening? So this requires not only transparency, but vulnerability. Vulnerability means that I'm going to tell something to you that you could possibly use against me. So it may look like, you know what? I had some choice words with that person because I didn't like the way that they were showing up. And so I didn't hold my tongue. And I know I should have held my tongue. And I probably have had the same issue several different times, but I just don't know how to get out of this habit. Now that you've exposed this, now I can carry it with you, and now we can find a resolution. So maybe instead of giving your busy work to your administrator, you give your personnel relationships to your administrator. So that way you have a personnel administrator who is not only keeping your relationships thriving and moving forward, but they are buffering your communication opportunity and this person's listening style. If you've seen me before, I talk about listening styles and how there are over 34 listening styles alone. And so that means that people hear from different places, no matter what the messaging that is being said. And so, yes, there is a such thing as but hearing in an offensive manner. There's also a such thing as hearing in a defensive manner. But then there's a way that you can hear that's in an informative manner as well. And so, without knowing where a person's information is filtering through, it's very difficult to shift into gears to be able to communicate with that person effectively. This requires coaching and a skill in which it seems you need support in. And so we hire out and we get that assistance and we work well with a firm like Perspective 360 who can come into your business for 4 weeks, or if you need a longer training, I'll be doing a training for 12 weeks with this organization. And I am, in my mind, I am working with these people who consider themselves vice presidents. These are the lieutenants. These are those who have the stars on their shoulders. And so they are already in their position and they've already had the experience. And here I come telling them in what way they can improve their leadership via emotional intelligence. Imagine the bravery and the courage that takes to break through those barriers. And so I'm saying that to you to say that I am fully aware of the pushback that comes with leadership, ownership, and entrepreneurship. This is a space that is very sensitive. This is something that you worked hard for. You have sacrificed a lot for to be in the place that you are in. Some of you have reputations that are beyond what we can see. And so it's embarrassing in a sense. It hits your pride to feel as though you may need coaching, and you have an opportunity that your team may need coaching. There is nothing more powerful than a leader that can admit, you know what, I don't know the answer, but I know someone who does know it. Let's get them in here. And so, to my Black American business owners, you did not ask for this problem. The problem is being emotionally attached to the outcome of your business. You didn't ask for this problem. However, it's your job to resolve it. And one of the ways that you can resolve it is through emotional intelligence training. An emotionally intelligent leader not only understands their own emotions, they understand how to filter their emotions, how their emotions that are filtered affect the way that they show up, but they also understand the way that they affect their team, those in which they communicate with. And so when we're looking at the output of our emotions, I want to talk to you really quickly about the second area in which your Black business can thrive with a little bit more coaching. It's called intent versus impact. We like to say, in a sense, when we are dealing with individuals, I didn't mean it that way. What I was trying to say is, or the reasoning behind this is because the intent is, X, Y, or Z. But the impact of your intent is not in your control. So you may have the best intentions in the way that you deliver a message. You may have the best of intentions in the way that you show up and the way that you have created systems for the betterment of your business. Your intent can be A1, as they say in our community. That does not mean that the impact in which it has on those who interact with you is acceptable nor pleasing or supporting of the outcome in which you're looking for, the results in which you're looking for. And so I want you to understand something that happens in the big world or the corporate world all the time, And something that you cannot afford, that they can afford, is lawsuits. Okay? So hear me good. Sometimes they have branding opportunities where they're rebranding, let's say Coca-Cola, for instance. And they're rebranding the way that they show up because they've heard in the market there is a new term, and that term, for the lack of a better term right now, is litty. And so they choose to create a commercial when they're talking about being litty. And then not only do they utilize this verbiage, but then they also try to mimic the way that this terminology is said. So they use what we call a black scent in this commercial. And so now what happens is their intent was to reach a community of people who enjoy their product. And they wanted to reach them in a fresher way that actually communicates a message to the younger demographic. So their intent is A1. But the delivery and the impact of that intent now has become offensive to the market in which they have chosen to impact. And so now they have to deal with calls from the NAACP and the Negro Council of Women, National Council of Negro Women. They get all of these phone calls about the way that they chose to utilize the wording in their commercial. Now, they've done marketing forever. They have a great reputation, but the impact of their intent now has cost them in lawsuits. So I want you to keep that example in mind and think about your business. There is a way in which you think you're coming across to a younger person, especially those who are in a boomer generation. There is a way, even with the Gen Z, that we believe, I'm not a Gen Z, but they believe that they're coming across to the elder generation that is offensive. And so we began to cause conflict within our businesses because we had failed to understand the impact of our intent prior to releasing this thing out into the public for viewing and scrutiny. So if they had only ran this idea past more than their PR firm and team, just a soft run of that commercial, they would have already had an idea. If they had more people of color around their table to be able to give them insight to the impact of the activities that they're choosing, then they would have been better off. But in order to be able to do that, you have to be able to empathize and bring people around the table who do not look or think like you, who do not like necessarily the same things that you like, who don't have the same exact results or outcomes that they are in expectation of as you. And you have to be willing to accept them around the table, value their opinion, and be willing to utilize them for the betterment of your Black-owned business. So I want to tell you again, the problem that we have is not something that we created. It's been an intergenerational situation that has happened from years and years and years of trauma, where now we care more than we think about the marketability or the branding itself. And so because of our feelings, we allow our feelings to control those in which we actually work with, the way that we show up in these rooms, and how we push our brothers and sisters to the side instead of building with them, and then valuing the connections between people who do not think like us, do not operate in the same manner as us, and have a different cultural experience than which we ourselves have. And so emotional intelligence can attack all of those areas Perspective 360 LLC has thrived in what I consider the long game. And so the long game is a workshop in which we develop the way that you connect, the way that you communicate, and the way that you resolve your conflicts. It's so important that we continue to show up readied to take our business to the next level. And it requires, when we want to go up, and I talk about this a lot, and I want you to pay very close attention to the construction of a thing, the architecture of something big. When you want to go up, you have to be willing to dig deeper within your resources, deeper within your network. You have to go deeper and make those connections because you want what you scale upward to thrive, to last, and withstand the test of what we call time. So I am excited to bring that to you today, Coach Kimberly Williams. I am the owner and founder of Perspective 360 LLC. I am the trainer and the education coordinator. I create all of the training manuals that we use. I do create manuals specific to the niche in the industry in which I am doing the workshops and facilitation with. I do require 4 to 12 weeks of training with your team, just depends upon where it is that you need assistance the most. I'm excited about the workshop because I can do it virtually or in person. I do have talks that I do in terms of leadership development. My specialty is the workshops because I like to do experiential and practical practices so that you can get your hands in the midst of it and you can understand the totality of what it is and the impact you have in your Black business.
Can I just say that you gave so much information on today? That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom around leadership. I love the talk on interpersonal, intergenerational development, as well as DEI. I absolutely love it. And I will say, how is it that people can connect with you again?
Oh, if you would, my website is coachwithkim.org. That's coachwithkim.org. You will see multiple ways that we can work together. And I have some workshops available for you that we can do online immediately that are accessible to you. I have some classes starting next week and also in January. So I look forward to it. It's coachwithkim.org.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I'll leave you with Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much.
And thank you.
The Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. The expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App that's on the screen below. That's $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for their generous donations. That's NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rich Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, The Hello LLC, Barbara H. Smith LLC, Margie McLean Foundation, Inc., Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, 5-Star BDM Media, Melaine Shania Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I loved to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
In the heart of America, there are dreams waiting to be realized. Dreams of owning a home, creating a haven for families, and building a future. Yet there...
I was born in a little village on the...
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
have the opportunity to impact the lives of others, whether it is a simple act of kindness, a smile, a nod, or just saying hello. Hello, I'm Pamela D. Marshall, corporate mindfulness coach and author of The Art of Forgiveness. I enjoy every opportunity to interact with others, whether they're in my home, sitting at my table for a holiday feast, or simply stopping by to say hello. My mother would often tell us, speaking is a sign of intelligence. Open your mouth, part your lips, show a smile, and say hello. Genius is common.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment.
Ladies and gentlemen, and fellow professionals, please allow me to introduce myself. I am David Jones, the co-founder and CEO of the Hello LLC, where I am passionately dedicated to guiding individuals and businesses toward their own return on time investment. Time is my only competition. With over 20 years of experience as a corporate C-level executive, I bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise to the Hello LLC. My career journey has been marked by a relentless pursuit of excellence in marketing, strategy, and business management leadership. I have had the privilege of working with renowned Fortune 500 companies such as Xerox, American Airlines, Hilton, and Geico. However, what truly drives me is the transformational work we do at the Hello LLC. We are pioneering a new approach to business in the metaverse, where we empower businesses and individuals to build strong foundations, automate their processes and systems, while thriving in the ever-evolving digital landscape. More than just a 3D digital marketing agency, the Hello LLC is truly a community built on love, kindness, and integrity. We want more for you than from you. As I often say, collaboration is the new competition. In an era where time is the most precious commodity, I am here to guide you toward your own return on time investment, because if time was sold in stores, it would be sold out. With a deep commitment to excellence and a strong belief in the power of community, I don't just lead a company, I lead a movement into the future of business. Ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and a pleasure to be your guide on this remarkable journey. I am David Jones, and together, we will embrace a future marked by success, collaboration, and the transformative work we do at the Hello LLC. Hello stands for helping everyone live life optimally. So, let's make that pivot together and start living life optimally today.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporation. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Tabitha Russell, and I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is going to be Ms. Jennifer Samuel. She is the founder of Your Endless Possibilities Incorporated, a communication strategy firm that specializes in empowering businesses to expand their influence to get more clients and make more money. She is known as the Speech Fixer because she is known for creating short, customized systems that quickly transform client verbal communications from humdrum to engaging, powerful, and forgetting. We welcome to the stage Ms. Jennifer Samuels.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful event.
Yes, I am so excited to have you here on today. I will leave you with Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
Hey, there she is. How are you doing today? There she is. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. I love talking to you all the time because you do what a lot of people find to be very, very intimidating, if not just all out frightening. When you start to think about, some people say, I'd rather, be demised than do public speaking. Yet you have made public speaking a way of life. Talk to us a little bit about what you're passionate about and a little bit more about your business.
Okay. Well, let me give you a teeny bit of history so you know how I came upon this wonderful journey, though I never expected it in any way, shape, or form that I'd be doing this for a living. Let me tell you that right now. Originally from London, England. Grew up, my natural nature is that of an introvert. And since I was a little teenager, I've actually had this rather unusually deep voice for a female. So I would get teased. And I found myself as a teenager kind of staying quiet because I didn't want to do anything to bring attention to me. So fast forward some years and my family emigrated to the United States. We moved to Florida. And for those people that didn't obviously know me because they just seen me, I'd open my mouth and they'd hear this wonderful deep voice come from this young lady and they'd ask me a million questions and it didn't make me happy. So I decided okay, I'm just going to go ahead and live life. This is not going anywhere. It's part of me. And went to college, was then hired by a Fortune 500 company and had quite a successful career in business. with this company. Unfortunately, it didn't quite fit me. I always say it's like a square peg, round hole. That was me. And I knew I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I didn't want to do what I was doing. So I grew more and more unhappy. And I finally left a wonderful job. I mean, when I look back in retrospect, wonderful co-workers, wonderful bosses. It wasn't the company. It was me. And after leaving, after 10 years, went soul searching for a couple of years and had a conversation with a very wise person that the conversation ended up with, so you have an unusually deep voice. Have you ever thought of speaking for a living? And I've been told that since my teenage years. Everybody would assume I was either a public speaker in television or in radio. And I spent all of those years just categorically denying it. So about a month after I had that conversation with that wise person, I started speaking. And it's led me around the world. It's led me to meet and interact with some fantastic people, all walks of life, from people that have very little materially to multimillionaires and everything in between. And what I find is, as I meet people individually, I draw back on old school wisdom from my mom. She used to say, everybody's a person first before their job title. They're people. So whether you are a person that's incredibly materially successful, whether you are somebody that's trying to find their way, I like to communicate with you on a level that's me and you, person one-to-one. What do we have in common? What can we relate to? How can we connect? So that's how my business has kind of morphed and changed. I went from speaking on stages around the world to eventually coaching executives, business owners, because what they wanted to feel was comfortable in their own skin. And I don't know about you, Grant, but I've met some people that are faking it. And that works actually for a little while, because sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. I do understand that. But after a while, that gets exhausting. And then everything else, the whole stack of cards starts to come down. So the philosophy that I've embraced, because it's what I've lived by, is build from the ground up. And build so you find yourself comfortable with you. Then you start being more comfortable with other people, and then you build from there. So that's how my business has kind of morphed and changed. And now I have the pleasure of meeting and interacting with some fabulous leaders, thought leaders, again, people from all different industries, all different fields of life. The bottom line is, though, they want to take those thoughts and share them in a way that's palatable and hopefully well received by any audience. So that's what I do.
Now you do a wonderful service. I've met so many people, just like you just mentioned, that are geniuses in what they do. They're experts in how they go about their daily life and what they're able to bring to society in many different ways. However, they're very, very difficult for them to articulate that. Very difficult to put it into words and to make an art form out of it, and they are intimidated by it. One of the things that you talk about, you have a system that you take people through and also help them understand the trust factor, because the first thing you got to do when you're communicating to someone, and you kind of alluded to that, is establish trust, establish some credibility, so they're actually listening to you, not just hearing you, but they're actually like, this person is saying something that sparks interest. Talk to us a little bit about your process.
Well, you said it categorically, trust. If people don't trust you, you have a heck of a long hill to climb. And it doesn't, I think, matter actually what position you hold in an organization. But if you have no trust, you have nothing. So people trust you when they can hear you, sometimes when they can feel you, feel your emotions, your energy, how you show up, and the words that you say. Put that into a nice little package, and that's what I call the trust factor. So what I learned as I developed my business as a coach, executive speech coach, and I've been doing this since 2004. So I've had quite a few subjects to practice on, so to speak. And what I found is that when you develop a wonderful framework, which people work within, then it allows you to have that anchor. And then you take your individuality, you take your personality, and then you go from there. So the first thing I like to do is have the people go through what I call a clarification process. And that's basically, why are you speaking? I have to say it because there are some people that approach me and they say, I've got a story to tell and I want to share the world because everybody's going to be motivated. And they could be right. You have some people that, especially if they work for a lot of organization, they'll say, well, nobody else needs to give this speech. You need to give this speech. And you're like, what? Oh, I got what? And then all of a sudden you'd rather sink into the ground than actually get that speech. So regardless of whether you are well-seasoned, been speaking for decades, whether you are brand new, you've got to clarify why you're speaking and what's the end result. As Stephen Covey says, we'll start with the end in mind. So this is applicable whether you have a sales conversation. This is applicable if you're a leader and you're sharing some bad news with your staff or your stakeholders. Everything is about why you're speaking. Clear that up. So we go through a process to take any roadblocks out of the way. You said something earlier about somebody would rather do other things than speak. We've heard it many, many times. The number one fear is public speaking, because people have the impression that people are looking at them and thinking, and it's judgment and it's all kinds of negativity that actually usually isn't there, but our brains will just take it to a whole other level, and now it's a soap opera, and you swear these people hate your guts before you said the first word. Clarify. Then what we do is commit, which means if you decide you're going to speak, great. Let's commit to that process. Let's commit and make sure that what you speak about matches you. There are often times when you may have to speak on a topic that's not your wheelhouse, not your expertise. However, if you have no choice, then I take my clients through a process where we find elements in that subject matter that you can tie to, you can relate to, and then you just get it out of the way. Ultimately, though, we hope that when you commit to speech, you're speaking about something that is near and dear to your heart. If I work a lot, and I said earlier about, I work a lot with experts that speak. That's my wheelhouse. I love experts that speak because I've got all this stuff up here, So we've got to figure out, okay, how are we going to make it so that the audience that's listening, again, gets the information and it's truly you. It is not ChatGPT script. I guess I went there. It is not somebody writing it for you. It's not me writing it for you. It is you committing your blood, guts, soul, everything in it so that you make it 100% you. So after we've clarified, after you committed, then what we do is start to construct the speech. And that's where we pack all kinds of good stuff. We pack storytelling in there. We pack facts and figures in there. We pack PowerPoint stuff, everything that we need to present your topic, your subject, whatever it is, in a package, so to speak, so that it's easy for the audience to digest. Because usually the biggest mistake a lot of leaders especially make is that there's a lot of information that they want to cram, a lot. And the challenge with that is that sometimes it's information overload. So that's one of the hardest challenges I have when I work with Excel. Well, we got to do this and we got to, no, their brain fell out of their ears. Point number 47. So we need to make sure that you know it's okay that less is more. When we construct it, we'll do it in such a way that it's comfortable for you to give. You stay within time, because usually there's a time limit for when you speak. And then also, too, the audience really receives it because you haven't overloaded them with stuff. Then we work on confident delivery. And that's to do with the words, body language, tone of voice, pacing, and the art of silence, which is one of the most powerful tools you could ever use. And again, I work with individuals and their personality. I will honestly say, people come up to me and say, oh, I want to speak just like you. And I'm like, that's nice, thank you. But I'd rather you speak just like you. Which means bring your essence 100%. What I will do is help you tweak it here and tweak it here so that any areas that need to be enhanced, sure, we work on that, but it's you. And then after you've given the speech or the speeches, whatever the situation may be, then we work with confirmation, which means typically we will record whatever it is you've done. If I am local or available, then I will actually come to the presentation. It depends, it's the client's preference. And then we review what you've done. because you cannot improve. And this is Black Olympics. We all know this. You got to practice, review what worked, what are we going to try differently next time. And then you just keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking until you end up with a presentation speech that works best for you. So that's the essence of the framework. Please have a framework.
That's a beautiful framework, and it flows and it builds on top of each other. We're going to talk about storytelling, because everybody, story's big now. Everybody's like, oh, you got to have this compelling story. But understanding, and I want the audience to really reflect on powerful stories that you listened to, or you've heard, or if you watched in a movie. What are the elements of a great story? Because there's always some type of challenge, some kind of conflict, some kind of situation that is occurring that it creates drama, and that dramatic tension in the story of do you succeed or do you don't succeed, or what is the lesson, the aha moment that comes out at the end of the story, like, wow, yeah, I get it. And you remember those things. Because what you alluded to earlier is so important. Most people don't remember exactly every single point that you made, but they do remember how they felt during your presentation. What do you feel about that?
Well, that goes to the quote from Maya Angelou. People will not remember what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Yes.
So that's what stories do. Studies have shown, scientists have shown, that we as human beings think in pictures. And our history, our African history, that's what we've done from day one. Think in pictures, we told stories. That's how we shared our knowledge, shared our traditions, shared our history. Somewhere in the mix, I don't know when, the thought of, okay, stories are nice, and we put them in the background, but data is more information. Statistics, more information. So let's put that storytelling thing. It's a nice, entertaining thing, but let's do stories, presentations with more data and flash. And it's like, well, that's great and very impressive to look at. But just like you said, people don't retain it. I'm not going to remember PowerPoint slide number 47. I'm not. We're going to remember that story you told about your son, Grant, and how he felt, and me feeling that, how I feel. That's what people need to realize. Stories are the absolute glue that bind us together, regardless of where you are in life, what you do, how much money you make. Stories do it. So I'm glad to see that everything comes full circle, because I will honestly tell you, when I first started coaching, and storytelling has always been my thing. I come from a long line of storytellers. My background is Caribbean. My parents are from Trinidad. I grew up my entire life hearing stories from my parents every single day, every day. So I know the value. I know how you can paint a picture in somebody's mind and actually go there without having going there. So as I've developed my career as a speaker and also as a coach, I realized that some people have the misconception that storytelling is just for entertainment. So when I first started coaching and used story as the main vehicle in 2004, people were like, storytelling for children. And would kind of dismiss it until they started working with me. They're like, oh, I get it. Now, fast forward many years, of course, story is huge, absolutely huge. But I will caution to make sure that I do see a lot of people out there, learn to tell your signature story and this, that, the other. And that's great. That's great. But stories have to have a context. Got to have a reason. And if you have a signature story, which means you have events or an event that was major, that is a major learning tool, and it is the hero's journey where you started off in one place and then there was conflict and then it was fixed and resolved and everybody went about happily ever after, or maybe not. That's typical. However, I will invite you to say that sometimes story doesn't have to be that dramatic. It may be a short anecdote. It may be a phrase. It may be a sentence. For example, I'm going to ask you this question, Grant. So, Grant, did you woke up this morning, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just checking, just making sure. So did you kind of go to the bathroom and maybe look yourself in the mirror?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Right. So that's what I want you to say. You got up out of bed, went to the bathroom. If you have a mirror in the bathroom, you're now looking at yourself in the mirror. Okay?
Yes.
You may say, oh, that's not much of a story. There's no drama. What's going on? But here's the deal. If you share that little piece of information, perhaps in a business presentation, doesn't even have to be business, another type of presentation, there may be somebody in the audience that has physical challenges that would give anything to be able to get out of bed and go walk to the bathroom to go look in the mirror. So you may have given them hope and inspiration and a reminder not to feel sorry for themselves by, not thinking positively when they hear when you got up out of bed, looked in the mirror, probably didn't like what you saw because it may have been pretty, may not, we don't know. Anyway, but the key is don't always think it has to be a major story.
Production, yeah.
No, it doesn't. What I do invite you to do, and I tell all of my clients to do, start paying attention to the little things that happen every single day. It could be the interaction with somebody you had, a coworker. It could be the interaction you have with somebody at Starbucks. It could be a customer service issue. It could be how somebody made you feel when they said you could tell me good morning this morning. And that feeling of, oh my gosh, at least somebody sees me this morning. That's a story right there. So don't think it has to be some big, long production. Now, if you're tending to go towards, okay, I'm going to be speaking at conferences, on live, doing webinars, etc., oh, sure, you may need to have stories that are longer. I still say keep them short. And there are also techniques too. If you do have a long, wonderful story, there are ways of delivering it in such a way that it's not a block of information. It could be broken up. You could have all kinds of stuff going on.
I've seen wonderful speakers do that. Like their whole presentation is one long story, but it has a lot of chapters in it that give you like, oh, aha, like, oh, I get what he's talking. And then they tie it all in. It's just wonderful. And I've seen some of your work and what you do. And I would tell you, you were on my show. We did a podcast a few months back. I got so many people, and I should have shared this with you, but I'll share it with you now. The reviews that came back like, man, I love her transparency. I feel I can be vulnerable now in a public speaking forum because I got some tips from Jennifer that helped me to like, oh, okay. So to your point now, I had to have this big grandiose story. I don't have a big grandiose story. However, putting things into context and then understanding that commonality that we take for granted, I think a lot resonates with people because there's still feelings of isolation out there in the world. There's still people like, wow, who else out there feels, now I use that word F-E-E-L-S, feels like me. And they might not really listen to a lot of the words you said, but hey, that person feels like me. I want to know more about that. You do a great job doing that.
Thank you. Well, I found out the hard way because I too, when I first started speaking, enjoyed a lot of success. The head did get a little bigger. I just started to swell. I don't know why, but it just did. Until I had a coach that kind of like put me in check. Thank goodness for coaches. And she basically said, I don't believe what you're saying. Now, I'd just given a talk with a standing ovation. People were clapping, wanted to hug me and everything. And she was evaluating and she says, I don't believe you. I was not a happy camper. I swear this woman didn't know what she was talking about. I don't care if she's been in the business 30 years. She didn't know. What I later came to understand through a different event that happened later was that I was with the words. I was with the performance. I was with, okay, let me say this because they're going to act this way. Versus, let me be authentic, real, and be very, 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 very mindful about what I say and how I say it. And then also, too, when you have a persona that's not yours, that's a heavy burden to carry. And after a while, you're going to get tired. And one day, it's going to slip. So I learned, you know what? Just be yourself. You can always tweak and polish up and look good, but be yourself. And that vulnerability piece, I will tell you, especially if you are a leader, I don't care what level of leadership you're at, it is your ticket to success when it comes to connecting to people. We've gone through so much in this world, so much. People are tired of being sold. They're tired of fake. They're tired. They want something they can just sit down, relax, listen, relax, think about, relax, consider. Oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. And more importantly, they want to interact with people that are approachable and relatable. So that's what vulnerability does to you. Now, what a lot of us, of course, we were scared to do that because it made us maybe a sign of weakness, and I'm leader, so therefore I'm supposed to be perfect. And nobody knows my struggle, nobody needs to know my struggle. I will tell you categorically, some of the most successful leaders that I've worked with lately, when they started to tell selectively now, not everything, but so selectively of their struggles, of what it took them to be successful, their speaking exploded. Just absolutely, I can't even keep up with them. Because again, people want to hear the truth. They want to hear somebody that's not standing on ears and graces. They're going to give them authentic lessons that they've experienced. They might not agree with it, maybe a different scenario, but at least they know it's the truth from that.
And in this age, and I would say this time, we're about to go into a new year, 2024. Everybody's reevaluating. A lot of times, you evaluate, the last year or the present and the future. And we all know we're about to go into this 2024 in America. It's the election cycle.
Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah, I went there, right? They are authenticity and the realism, and I'm all about you. And I think, and I want our politicians to really tune in what me, I'm just one person saying, is that we are very inauthentic. Anybody can sit there and say, I'm going to cure, climate. I'm going to cure healthcare. I'm going to cure all this. After my years of living, you really don't do any of those things. But you try, I guess, is what I'm saying. So why don't you start by, like you just said, authentic. You know what? We're going to listen to our constituency. We're going to listen and truth, because life is hard. Life is hard. Most people are in situations that can be very, very challenging. And to sit there and say everybody is living this heroic lifestyle, I would be like your coach told you, I don't believe you. No. However, if you tell me that I have challenges, here are my challenges, and I'm just looking for ways to survive, or I'm looking for ways to thrive. I'm looking for ways to do things differently, and I want to learn from someone else. I feel that's authentic. Like, okay, yeah, you're not the only one to have gone through this, and this, and I can relate to you. So being relatable, I think, resonates. We want somebody we can relate to. And I remember the thing that I related to when we spoke last, when you said, Grant, I have a coach. So, well, you've been speaking for 20. What do you mean you have? Why do you need a coach? You are coaching others. Why do you need a coach? I said, wow. Then you expound. Man, the authenticity of that, the relatability of that. Wow, she's still learning. She's still growing. She still has ways to go. That brought me in. Talk to me about that.
Okay. Well, I found, like I said, the ego was making the head grow bigger. And I didn't like that, because I don't like to interact with people that are that way. And by I say this. Sometimes, we learn a lot. I've been around for a while. You've been around for a while. So we know a lot. However, when you think you're done and you're the top of the food chain, okay, then the universe will always bring you a lesson that says, no, you're not. No, you're not. And I found this longing as I was going along my business is growing, everybody's doing well, but I felt that I could offer more. And if I've already capped out, then I felt I couldn't offer my clients more. So I decided to seek out. I wanted my business to go in a different direction, and understand we as human beings, we morph and change. We do, and we have to allow room for that. And this is the Olympics. This whole event's the Olympics. So name me an Olympic champion that does not have a coach.
Wow. Yeah.
Did I say that? Did I start? Okay. Name me an Olympic champion, or even an Olympic hopeful that does not have a coach. Yet somehow we, and again, I was right there, think we could go ahead and lead others, train others, talk to others, etc., without us practicing what we preach. So yeah, I have a coach. She keeps me in check. Thank goodness. Because otherwise I wouldn't be here. I'd be still doing what I'm doing. But anybody here guilty of just being in your own little world? And you're busy doing you, and it's fine, and you're not necessarily aware of what's out there. And especially if I'm in the world of communication, yes, it's about people, but also understanding audiences have changed.
Yeah.
This whole COVID with the internet, and so I had to pretty much really update every presentation, every speech I've done. I cannot give it the same way I used to. Because audiences have changed, and not necessarily because of attention span issues. Because a lot of people say, the attention spans are shorter. They are to some extent. What I find is that our audiences are wiser. They have access to information. I've had them sitting there Googling me while I'm talking on something I just said. And they turn like, yes, she's right. I'm like, what? So I've got to step my game up to make sure that what I am presenting, what I'm giving, how I'm teaching and coaching is the best I have, the ability I have, so I can give the best to my clients that I speak to, or my audiences. Because again, I do both, speak and coach. So I highly advise all of you listening here that don't have a coach or a mentor that you can bounce stuff off. You might want to suggest going through this network, because I'm sure there's a lot of them in this network. That you'd be able to collaborate with. And again, I'm saying if it's a coach, of course you'd like a coach that is kind of trained to know what they're doing. But sometimes before you even get to that point, a mentor, learning from and benefiting from their wisdom. Start there and then go from there. But yeah, you can't stay the same.
No, you can't, especially in today's world. And as you stated, audiences have changed. They like 10 years ago, they probably weren't sitting there Googling you. Think about even a year ago, there was no chat GPT. Now you got that.
Yeah.
So information is on steroids. So you've got to now bring what someone else told me. It's not even about information anymore. It should be about information. They said, well, now it's about intelligence. Well, now you know what it's about? It's about insights. What is the insight you're gaining from the journey that you're on? Wow.
That is not in chat GPT.
No, it's not.
I'll say that, preface that, because people may listen to that and think I have an issue with chat. I use chat GPT all the time.
Right.
But I use it as a resource tool, not to write speeches. Because again, the words be great. I can, make chat GPT speak or come up with something that almost sounds like me. But that speech, if there is no instruction on tone, pausing, pace, body language, that's not in ChatGPT.
Right.
And I have people come to me with speeches already done. Here's my speech. I want to do this. And that's great. And for me, that's kind of the equivalent of already writing the speech ahead of time, which is okay. But again, I always want it to be from you. So there's going to be elements that the written speech doesn't have, ChatGPT doesn't have, and that's the personal connection that audiences want. That's the missing point. It's not what's on the paper. It is not the instruction. It is the connection physically and mentally with you.
Oh, because most people, whether we realize it or not, we have this sixth sense. People they just know when something, it resonates with them a different way. And you could do this. You could read text by ChatGPT, very two-dimensional, very exacting analytically, but it doesn't have that spiritual context to it. It doesn't have, there's something not ungenuine about it. And you can't really discern it like this, and this. It's just the feeling that you get from that. Like, oh, that's great. However, is it a lived experience? Exactly. Experiences are lived. And I want to tune into people or who's going to mentor me, that's going to coach me, that they're coming from a level of experience. And they're going like, Rand, you can not listen to me, and it'll take you X amount of time to get to a level of understanding, or you can listen to me and shorten that amount of time. How much is that worth, right? Like, speed to market.
It is. It's probably the one thing that people don't invest in. And I'm not saying it because it's my business. When I see leadership, I look at programs for leadership training. And sometimes I would want to partner and collaborate with some entities, and I will approach them. And they always think of public speaking and communications as an offshoot, like an extra. I'm like, why would it be extra? It needs to be integrated so that as this person develops as a leader, their communication skills are on point with their expertise. So we're still, fixing that mindset. It's happening, but very slowly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. McGall and Ms. Jennifer. This has been such an amazing discussion today on talking about how we can basically take our speaking careers to the next level. I absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful what you're doing, Ms. Jennifer. Could you share with the audience how it is that they can connect with you?
Okay. Probably the easiest is LinkedIn. Only because I'm in the process of rebranding. So I have a website and all that kind of stuff too. But if you check with me on LinkedIn, my name is on the screen, Jennifer Samuel Chance. I'm the only one. And then go ahead and please reference that you saw me here at this event. And then I'll be more than happy to talk with you and see how we can possibly help you enhance your communication skills.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your very well put together chat on today. Thank you so much. I will leave both of you with Genius's comment, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And we would just like to thank all of our sponsors for their generous donation. We know that every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for their generous donations, and they are NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rich Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Barbara H. Smith, LLC, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shania Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympic. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympic is designed to help people.
Did you know that our black dollar only lasts for 6 hours in our community? Yet other communities, their dollars last for 19 to 30 days.
The Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation. Yes, that's why we created the Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation is a centralized directory available to all black businesses across the world. It was created for businesses like you, the ones that want to start and the ones who have a dream that have already started, such as businesses like Drop in a Bucket Productions, Valito Foods, Sugar Tea Brandy Firm, All the Dazzle, Bun Cakeaholic, Miss Riot, and you. We'll have marketing, seminars, and some funding coming soon just for you. So, we want you to come and join us. www.blackwallstreetnation.com. See you there.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African, continental, and country-specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
You're here today to celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Tabitha Russell. I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Miss Melanie Perry. She has been helping people create sustainable wealth by making wise decisions for over 2 decades as a certified financial planner. Melanie's passion for financial literacy extends to educating women and kids about the basics of money management through her financial literacy and education company, Zillionaire Enterprises. She is known for making financial concepts easy to understand, which helps people to make sound and empowering financial decisions. Melanie caters to women entrepreneurs by providing solid strategies that work. She has been recognized by many national organizations for these efforts, including the Los Angeles Women's Chapter of the NAACP. I present to you on today, Miss Melanie Perry.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know we are all over the world today. What a pleasure it is to be here, Dr. Tabitha. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us on today. And I'll leave you with Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Fantastic. Thank you. Well, here we are at the end of the year, and it is a joy and a pleasure to be in your presence once again this time. So many of you know who have seen me through the Black Business Olympics, through this Black Business Network feed or expo, I should say, and may be familiar with the various structures and processes and procedures. But what I want to share with you today is helping us to connect the dots of how wealth is actually accumulated, grown, and maintained. One of the key things that I have experienced over the past 25 years, it'll be 25 years since I've been in the industry doing financial planning and working with people that look like me and you, is that we have a cultural experience of wealth being built on our backs in this world, and not being in a space or in a position where we've received it, I'll say, in the past 600 years. And what's happening right now is a beautiful shift. It's a world shift. Some people say we're moving into sign of Aquarius. But there's definitely a shift, that is happening. And a part of this shift is the Black Business Olympics and empowering and educating young people and people of like minds to build sustainable wealth, which is what Zillionaire Enterprises is all about. But the critical thing that we have to be very much in tune to is the fact that wealth starts with our conversations. So if you're connected to this Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics, then you are in a good space to begin to shift your paradigm about the wealth building process. and how critical it is right now in this present moment for you to step up and do your part. And that happens on multiple levels at the same time. We as humans, we as spiritual beings having a human experience, go through our various life journeys for a reason, for a purpose. And that could be just to be a good worker. It could be to be a good mother, a good father. It could be to excel in business. It could be to excel in as a investor. Whatever it is, we're here to play our individual parts so that as a collective whole, we rise and thrive. And as spiritual beings having a human experience at this juncture in the human process, the human journey, we're at a pivotal point. There are so many wonderful developments that are happening in the motherland. Many of us are recognizing the importance of seizing back our power. And just as I started with our conversation today, wealth starts with our conversation. So we understand that over the past 500 to 600 years, there was a shift that was evolving that captured us, flipped the whole script, and the wealth that has created since then was ripped from us, shall we say, or we were a part of the wealth, but from a from the worker, the laborer standpoint. And so now it's a matter of us being able to like reclaim our power, to reclaim our wealth, and not to go back in history, so to speak, or to go back in time, but to begin to understand the rules to the wealth game that presently exist and begin to adjust them and modify them in ways that are more in alignment with our spirit, our spirituality, and nature. You know, the powers that be have a tendency to fight against nature, whereas people of color, folks like us, have a tendency to work with nature. So, as we are in pursuit of monetizing our inner wealth and expressing it through our skills, our talents, and our gifts, right? Through products and through services, it's incumbent upon us to do our part, but to also which is the micro, but to also recognize the macro. And that macro piece is where we need to begin to understand how to shift the present concept of capitalism and economics. And many people will say, you know, money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. People will say capitalism is an evil maniacal system. No, just like money, it's a tool. And the person that is using the tool will determine its outcome. So for individuals like ourselves who are working in harmony with nature, in harmony with other people, in harmony with our environment around us, we are not trying to force and fight and push, right? We want to be in flow. This is the feminine side of how wealth is created, is to be in flow and to collaborate and to work together and to go with, right? Not to fight against. So we just have to continue to stand and to rise in the midst of all kind of the chaos and the wars and the challenges that are happening, because it's like that, it's like that pimple, you know, that you got right the day before prom, right? And you know, it's a big, huge pimple. It's tender, it's sore, it's red, it's full of pus. But once you get the core out, once you're able to cleanse around that area, clean it out, healing occurs. And the majority of my conversations that I have with my clients is around financial healing. because we see so much trauma as it relates to money, wealth, and power. But money, wealth, and power do not have to be terrible things and things that we don't want to strive for because of the present uh, persons in power right now have abused the power. That doesn't mean we're going to abuse the power, right? So as we begin to recognize how our contribution, our micro added value to the our micro added value to the macro adds value to us shifting and changing and affecting a positive difference in the world. The various layers to understand is to first understand ourselves, and that's what life is all about anyway, is the journey of our journey of self-love. And as we begin to understand ourselves and understand how to love ourselves, from simple things as waking up in the morning, acknowledging that you are safe, you are peace, you are love, you are healthy, you are whole, you are great, going through your prayers, having your conversation with your creator, being able to listen to your creator through meditation, taking care of your physical needs by exercising, getting that blood pumping, and creating a successful day by simply making up your bed, getting yourself freshed up and ready to go, having your to-do list together. That's how you begin to prepare yourself for success and prepare yourself for a successful, productive day. And notice I didn't include looking at your cell phone to check social media, right? Things habit we got to get away from. But once you have prepared and set yourself up for a successful day, then it's a matter of taking care of the things that you don't always want to do, but you know you need to get done, right? So one thing that I do is I put a to-do list together of all the things that I need to get done this week. Have a successful week, then I prioritize that. And then I begin to focus on the things that I just don't enjoy doing. And then once I get those things done first and out of the way, I feel good. I feel accomplished. I feel like, okay. And I'll reward myself, whether it's to take a break and look at social media or whether it's to, just kind of shift into another, activity. Another way in which I set myself up for success is by doing, it's like what do you call it? Not chomping, but carving out specific time. It's called 60-60-30. And this is what a business coach shared with me a few years ago, many years ago, actually. And so what you do is you look at your day and you carve out basically like 2.5 hours of focused time. And in the first 60 minutes, you're going to assess, okay, what can I get accomplished within that bracket of time? And that's all that you do. For the first 50 minutes of that hour, you're not going to check social media. You're not going to get up and go and get a snack. You're not going to answer the telephone. You're not going to go to the bathroom. You do all that before you carve out this 2.5 hour block. Now, after 50 minutes in that first hour, you're going to take a 10-minute break. That's when you can check, do all these other things. Then you get back after that 10-minute break. You take another 50 minutes, 50, and you focus on the issue, the task or the issues at hand. No distractions. Then you take a 10-minute break. Then that next, the 30 minutes is when you can go to lunch, you can walk the dog, you can change the linen, you can run an errand. That's how you can begin to set yourself up, for success. When you have clear, focused concentration, clear, focused time on a particular task, you'd be surprised how much you can actually accomplish and get done within that short period of time. You do that every single day from now on in, watch how much faster you'll get to your particular goals and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. You'll get there much faster. So that's how I begin to set myself up for a successful day. So Other things, so the layering that I'm talking about here is how we prepare, right? How we need to prepare ourselves. Another thing that I do to set myself up for success, and I encourage my clients to do the same, is how I choose to eat. Now, I go grocery shopping weekly, and I look at the existing foods and spices and stuff that I already have, and I make a meal from that. And then I look at what is it that I don't have of, let's say I wanted to make some soup or something like that. And I'll look at the ingredients that I'm missing, and that's what I'll go get at the grocery store. And I'm not, yeah, I'm focused on just those things. I don't get distracted by the sales and the whatnot, right? So I pay attention to, I create the list, go to the grocery store. And usually when I go grocery shopping, I don't cook that day. So I'll go out and pick up something to eat. It's just too much for me. And then the following day, which is usually Sunday, that's when I cook my meals for the week. And lately I've been doing a one pot, setup. So it makes it easy. And that way I'm not tempted to run out and go pick up something. So what that does is that ensures that I get all the necessary nutrition that I need to get to allow my body, my cells, everything, all of my systems flow at an optimal level because it's fully nurtured. I have the full amount of nutrients to be able to focus on the task at hand. So it gives me the nutrients that I need. That strategy provides me with the energy that I need, the focus, and it saves me time and it saves me money by simply having a system of how I choose to eat. So those are some ideas and ways in which we can begin to organize ourselves. And when you have children, I recognize I'm single with no kids, but when you have children, when you have a spouse, you can still incorporate these things because I provide this same strategy and suggestions to people who are married with kids, and they implement it in a very similar fashion and incorporate their kids in the process of meal prepping and organizing. It's all a win-win no matter how you look at it, no matter what your circumstances is. Adjust it according to your particular, circumstances, naturally. So that's yourself, that's your body, that's you in how you begin to prepare. Now, the other layer to preparing yourself for building wealth, which happens in multiple domains from mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, and financially, is to understand what systems you need to begin to put in place that are going to help you build financially, right? This not only reduces stress, but it saves you money, right? And relieves you of any anxiety about the unknown that you're moving towards, right? One of the greatest things that you can have is a desire, right? And through that desire, there are steps and processes and procedures that you just may not be familiar with. But when you let go and you let God will provide you with the people, the resources, the links, the webinars, all the information that you need in order to get to that next step. Once you just make the decision, you let go and you allow. Now, when it comes to organizing yourself financially, here are a few areas in which you want to hone in, on your focus, hone in your pay attention. So you want to have a system as to how you're monitoring your cash flow. Okay. So you need to have a clear understanding of where your money is coming from, because I know many of us have multiple streams of income within our business or from different businesses. And then you want to have clarity of where it is going. So the various systems that you can use for that is QuickBooks, FreshBooks, Wave. There's a numerous. I don't know what's going on with me today. There are numerous platforms and apps and whatnot to be able to organize that. So what that does on a couple of levels is we're about to enter tax season. I was hesitant to say tax season because taxes is something you plan year round. It's not once a year, event. But we are focused at this season on tax compliance, which is filing our taxes. And so by incorporating this regimen all throughout the year, when you're purchasing something, you have the receipt, you upload into your QuickBooks or whatever app that you're using. It's in there. You make the necessary modifications if need to. It's a 30-second, 60-second process when you do it in the moment. Doesn't take that much time. And when it comes to sending off that information to your tax planner, it's a click of the button to submit a P&L statement, profit and loss statement, and they're able to make the necessary, complete your filing your taxes. And it's a very simple situation. You can even connect your tax planner to your QuickBooks, and they can make the necessary reports. You don't even have to worry about doing all of that. Okay. So having various processes and systems in place reduces anxiety, which improves your health. It gives you clarity, which gives you a more solid basis of where you're going and where you are in the growth of and the building of your wealth. And it should also give you some peace of mind that you're on your way. When you have, and it reduces the unknown. Oftentimes what happens is we get so concerned and we develop a fear around looking at our numbers because we're thinking that we're just all out of whack and just spending money all kind of crazy ways, or we're scared we're going to see something in our finances that's just going to be horrendous. I'll tell you, over the past 25 years that I've been doing what I'm doing as a financial advisor, 9 times, 8 times out of 10, most people have 1 or 2, maybe 3 areas that are in need of some TLC when it comes to how they're spending their money. Most people that I encounter, that I attract, are not spending their money all over the place in very inefficient ways. It's just usually a couple of areas. And the top 3 areas is food, entertainment, and clothing. Top 3. Now, you can go through the process of, okay, reducing all your subscriptions, which is important. You can go through the process of, looking at where you might be duplicating, expenses. But at the end of the day, you can only go but so low in the expenses that you have in order to have a comfortable, enjoyable, viable life in this day and age. It's not like you can say, oh, well, let's just not pay for the internet. That's not an option. Oh, let's not have a computer. There's various necessities in this day and age that you just have to have. That is not a question. Even some of these young kids, these children in elementary school, in some cases, it makes sense to have a cell phone. Right? That was unheard of when I was coming up. Well, cell phones didn't exist, but to have your own, phone, that didn't happen for me until I think I was like, I don't know, maybe 13 or something like that. But anyway, I wasn't in elementary school, even with my own phone line, which was handed down for me from my sister. But anyway, so there are various necessities that you just have to have when and you can't go but so low. But there are other ways in which you can increase your cash flow without having to scrimp and scrunch around and try to shrink to build up wealth and to save. Because the truth of the matter is wealth is not built based upon shrinking. Wealth is built based upon expansion, right? Now we want to be efficient, right? It doesn't make sense to have 2 cable bills, 2, you're paying for 2 internet services. What would sense make with that. So you definitely want to be mindful of where you might be overlapping and duplicating, or you have waste, right? But once you've cleared all of that out, then it's a matter of, are you paying your bills efficiently? And what many people don't realize is in the area of insurance, when you're paying your premiums on your car, your home, your life insurance, disability, long-term care, all insurances charge you a little convenience fee when you pay on a monthly basis. Now, by making this adjustment, you're not going to be able to see the seven wonders of the world, but this is one of many areas in which you can begin to start paying attention to, well, I shouldn't say start paying attention, is where you can begin to start adjusting your finances in a way where you start paying on an annual basis. Okay. Now, yes, we're paid, most of us are paid on a monthly, basis. But when you recognize that you're getting kind of nickeled and dimed by paying those insurance premiums on a monthly basis, it begins to make more sense as to why you want to have 3 to 6 months of your savings set aside, right? So it's not just for emergency, although that's the main focus, but it's also, you can have another bucket, another savings bucket, where you begin to start putting money aside to pay your insurances on an annual basis. And then that becomes your bucket to say, okay, boom, it's time to pay the auto insurance, time to pay the mortgage insurance. And you just handle that from that particular savings bucket. Okay. Going back to what I say all the time, having a purpose and a plan, right? Now, here's something that is also interesting when it comes to your auto insurance as well as your homeowner's insurance. So I want you to pull out your declaration pages. This is going to be a fun year-end action item. So pull out those declaration pages. And what I want you to do is I want you to look at what your personal liability coverage consists of. Okay. So what happens is, what I see typically is with the personal liability coverage on your auto insurance, if it's not equal to or greater than your net worth, you need to increase it. The way that industry is that they focus a great deal on cost and not the price, the cost of the premium, but not the price that your family would pay in the event of an accident or in the event of a catastrophic situation with the house, right? So unfortunately, that's just kind of the focus, is just limiting it on what is the minimum premium you can pay for X amount of coverage, when what you really need to pay attention to is the protection. How much protection are you going to get in the event of a catastrophic situation? Because catastrophic situations can wipe you out. It can lead to divorce. It can lead to unnecessary stress, when all you had to do was this. Make sure that that personal liability coverage is equal to or greater than your net worth. Your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. Your assets meaning everything that you own minus everything that you owe, all the debt. Okay, and that gets you your net worth. So let's just say that your net worth is $500,000. So your personal liability coverage needs to be $500,000. Okay, now once you have increased that, you're like, okay, so my premiums are going to increase. Here's the thing. This is another reason why, when I talk about creating a solid financial foundation and why it's important to have these savings buckets and having purpose to each one of the buckets, is that if you have followed my recommendation to have a DIP, emergency, and wealth account, then you have more than enough money to cover a deductible of $1,000 or $2,500 or more. So if you look at your declaration pages of your homeowners and your auto insurance and you see, oh, I got a $250 deductible, I've got a $500 deductible, and you're sitting here with $10,000, $25,000 in your savings account, you are giving little bits of money away to the insurance company when you don't need to. You're paying more for less coverage. Okay, so what you want to do is, if you have, I'm saying this lovingly, a rinky-dink deductible, $250 to $500, you need to increase that to $1,000 or 2,500. I think is like the max for many of them. Okay, so once you have increased that, and you have now increased your coverage, your premiums typically stay the same. Might reduce a little bit, but they typically stay the same. So you're pretty much paying the same amount or less for more coverage. Why not? Now, here's the other thing that people miss when it comes to having full and proper protection. And that analogy goes for that strategy applies also to your homeowner's insurance. But how all this is coordinated is through a umbrella policy. So let's just say, worst case scenario, there's a hit and run, and well, not a hit and run, but let's say you are in a car accident and it's your fault, and you happen to hit a surgeon that just graduated and just about to join her father's practice. Let me rephrase that, right? And it's terrible to the extent that she can't become a surgeon because due to the accident. So she sues you for the rest of her career, i.e., right? So that means your assets are exposed, wages could be garnished, all that kind of thing if you don't have this kind of proper protection. So the next layer, once you have the proper amount of auto and homeowners insurance, you have now the next layer to that is to have an umbrella policy, which is another wrapper, shall we say, around the assets that you own. Okay. Now, this lawsuit happens, the judgment comes through, and they say, oh, they're going to sue you for $1 million. Well, because you had that umbrella policy, what happens is that personal liability coverage of the $500,000 I told you. So that is kind of like the deductible in the with the umbrella policy. You have $1 million umbrella policy. Well, actually, I should say $3 million. You have a $3 million umbrella policy. So the judgment took place, $1 million. So that $500,000 goes to the lawsuit, and then where's the other $500,000 come from? The umbrella policy. Your assets, your livelihood, your family is able to keep it pushing. Okay. Now you're like, okay, a $3 million umbrella policy, isn't that going to cost me more? Yeah, but guess what? It's like $300 to $600 a year to have that layer of protection. Now I live in a very litigious state, California. People will sue you for looking at you, cross-eyed, right? So having these types of protections is just going to, one, allow you the necessary peace of mind, two, more than likely not cost you anything more than what you're currently paying right now, and allow you to ensure that you're building your wealth on a solid foundation. There's two foundational levels that you want to have when you are building your wealth, and to create peace of mind and to create stability and sustainability, right? Because you can go through your process. We know many people who have been very successful in making money in their business, and then one catastrophic thing happens and it crumbles. Well, it only crumbles because they didn't have these pillars. They didn't have this fortress. They didn't have this moat around them as a form of protection. Insurance is a protection vehicle. So you want to have two layers of foundation. And that's where you have your savings, right? Your financial foundation consists of your savings, and the other portion of your foundation consists of insurance. Now, as business owners, the next layer is to have a proper entity. So if you are sued, you have now separated yourself from your business. If your business is sued, then that's sued, and you're not, as a human, connected to that. Okay, so there's multiple layers that you want to have as you begin to build your wealth. In the same way that you start with yourself, especially during this season, as we enter into winter, or are we in winter yet? As we enter into winter, you want to have your ginger shots, your garlic. I made a concoction that consisted of ginger, garlic, turmeric. What else did I put in there? Oh, lemon, honey, black pepper, and cayenne pepper. Ain't nothing coming up in this system gonna last a minute with that kind of defense, right? So that is the moat, the protection that I have incorporated into my system, right? To fight against any potential germ that might be floating around here. That's my physical protection. Your financial protection works in the exact same way. You want to have a clear purpose and a plan for every dollar that you earn. And you want to also maximize that earning potential in the sense that, you know, when it comes to the process of converting your inner wealth into its outer equivalent, it takes a lot of energy. But once you get it, you want to be able to keep it. So you have to begin to incorporate strategic tax planning strategies to keep what you've earned. A couple reasons. One, you earned it and it's yours. And the second reason is you only need to give Uncle Sam what is due. You don't need to overtip Uncle Sam. And the only way you overtip Uncle Sam is by not taking advantage fully of the tax system. That's why a tax planner is to your benefit greater than, more so than a tax preparer. You know, tax preparer just looks at your past, says, hey, this is how much you owe, write a check. A tax planner is going to look at what you've done from the past, assess where you are right now, and then begin to project how we want to make improvements in the future. So you want a tax planner on your team to ensure that you're able to maximize what you've earned and keep it, to be able to do more with it. So we want to convert. So once we have converted our inner wealth into its outer equivalent, now what's the maximum thing that we need to do in order to keep that and keep that dollar, and then make that dollar, you know, start growing for us? Well, then you shift that into an asset that will produce guaranteed income for you for life. You see all these layers that I'm breaking down for you today? It can be a little daunting because there's so many nooks and crannies and pieces to the puzzle and all this kind of thing that's out there. But our wealth journey is that's just what it is. We go through various iterations, various phases, and various levels of awareness and ahas. And the other reality is that we weren't meant to do any of this alone. You have a wellness team. You also need to have a financial team. When you're looking at your financial team consists of your financial advisor, certified financial planner. It consists of a tax planner. It consists of a bookkeeper. It will also consist of an attorney. Now, attorney with different specializations depending on what it is that you need to focus on. So that could be an estate planning attorney. It could be a real estate attorney. You know, again, depending on what you need at that time or the type of industry that you're in will determine the kind of attorney that you'll need. But that's in that mix, right? You'll need an insurance agent that is specialized in, or a few insurance agents that is specialized in the type of coverage that you need. And those are like the core people that you would need on your team to ensure that you are building your wealth in a solid, sustainable way. You want a wellness team, right? If you're into the whole medical world, you need to make sure that, you know, you have the necessary doctors for that. But if you're into oh goodness, a DO. I can't think of now what that is, but a homeopathic doctor, then you want to make sure that they have the necessary qualifications for that. Having a psychologist, a therapist, that's all a part of a nutritionalist. That's all a part of your wellness team, right? Because it takes a lot, particularly for leaders, to continue to excel and be in their full space, right? We have to take moments and time to rest, relax, and replenish. That's imperative too. Some of us are so caught up in this kind of hustle mentality 24/7. I got to stack my papers and blah, blah, blah. What is it? The receipts. I'm showing my age. But we need to realize that it's all incumbent of us maintaining our harmony within ourselves to be able to be full and present to those that are around us so that we can continue to do what we love, what we like, and what we enjoy. So I, again, I am grateful and thankful for the Black Business Network and everyone that is a part of the team to make it all happen, because I know that it takes a lot to put this together. And I'm grateful for being able to provide my portion to the whole pie and for everyone involved to bring this matter together. And Dr. Tabitha, thank you for providing this space. And Dr. Kelly, thank you for being the founder, the innovator of the Black Business Network Olympics. I know we're entering into 2024, so peace, blessings, loving, and continued grand success to everyone hearing the sound of my voice. Thank you.
I love it. Your talk today was so inspiring and full of wisdom, where you were sharing knowledge about how it is that people can protect themselves with their finances. I think it is absolutely amazing. Share with the audience how it is that they can contact you.
Yes, thank you. I always forget that piece, but you can definitely get in contact with me on any social outlet media thing, from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, all of that, at Zillionaire, and that's ZEALLIONAIRE. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your wealth of information with us on today. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. The Expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below, and that's $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for their generous donations. That's NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rich Coaching and Training, Carolina Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, The Hello LLC, Barbara H. Smith LLC, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Malane Chennai Global, 5-Star BDM Media, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Are you an innovative entrepreneur or business owner ready to embrace the future of business transformation?
The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and it's crucial to adapt and pivot towards success in this dynamic landscape. At the Hello LLC, we are dedicated to guiding you through this transformative journey, offering a comprehensive suite of services that extend beyond the metaverse and 3D immersive experiences.
Our mission is to empower businesses and brands by assisting them in building, branding, systemizing, and automating their operations. We specialize in steering businesses from a two-dimensional existence to a thriving three-dimensional presence, where opportunities abound.
We help businesses harness the power of technology to work smarter, not harder, enabling them to operate efficiently and stay ahead of the curve. Our diverse range of services includes:
Our Biz in a Box is a complete business solution package designed to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey. From strategic planning to digital infrastructure, we've got you covered. Your one app, one tap solution.
Our Motion Work AI videos transform your brand storytelling with our cutting-edge AI-driven video production, captivating your audience like never before.
Our 3D VR environments will step you into the future of immersive experiences. With our custom 3D virtual reality environments that engage and captivate your customers.
Lastly, in our Pivot membership program, we offer tailored guidance and support to either show you, teach you, or take care of the transformation process for you.
According to a 2023 study by Fundera, a staggering 28% of small businesses in the United States do not have an online presence. This statistic underscores the importance of embracing digital transformation. Having a website is more than just an online presence, it's a gateway to unlocking numerous benefits, including reaching a broader audience, showcasing your products or services, generating leads and sales, establishing trust, providing customer support, and maintaining competitiveness within your industry.
The Hello LLC is committed to helping you excel in all these aspects of modern business, not just limited to the metaverse alone.
Why should you choose the Hello LLC to navigate this transformational journey?
By partnering with us and harnessing cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, reduce operational costs, and enhance brand recognition, all while working with a company that holds integrity in high regard. Our commitment to ethical and principled business practices ensures that your journey towards success is not only innovative, it is also firmly rooted in trust and transparency.
Don't wait. Take the first step towards a brighter business future. Contact us today to explore how we can support you in developing a remarkable digital presence and immersive experience that will leave a lasting impression.
The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics are essential platforms for Black business owners globally. They provide the tools and support you need to succeed in today's competitive marketplace. Join us today as we collaborate together with businesses from around the world to support our children, students, and young future entrepreneurs, Black businesses and corporations. We raise funds for students going to college and young entrepreneurs who are aspiring to be business owners, and we invite you to be a contributor today. Visit the website www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to connect with and learn more about how the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics can help you not only share your amazing business story to businesses, but also serve future generations. Hello, my name is David Jones, CEO and co-founder of the Hello LLC, where we help businesses build a culture, brand an experience, and leverage technology to pivot into Web3. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into Roku, Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, Twitch, and Google Podcasts. Tune in, turn on, and let's thrive.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dreams by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaugh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know, it explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world.
Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Sometimes you got to hear the news from the Black perspective, and more specifically, Black publishers. And that's exactly why you have to download the Hey Tie app, the largest mobile app delivering breaking news, videos, and podcasts from 200 of your favorite Black publishers. Yes, 200 Black publishers delivering news as it happens, literally all in one app. Go to hayti.com or download the app in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. It's completely free, along with information that you can trust, so go check them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, and fellow professionals, please allow me to introduce myself. I am David Jones, the co-founder and CEO.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Tabitha Russell, and I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Miss Andrea Adams. She shatters glass ceilings and dives fully into life by exploring new adventures fueled by curiosity and love. Skydiving, scuba diving, horseback riding, roller coasters, motorbikes, tranquil foods, big city lights, picture taking, nature views, and high heel shoes are a few of her favorite things. An avid reader and lover of books, who is the co-founder of KEG Book Club, KEG Kids Book Club, and KEG Tween Book Club, podcast host of Babel, whose mission is to discuss good books in a lively manner that entertains and encourages. A speaker, coach, mentor, and television co-host who is passionate about inspiring and empowering others and has dedicated her life to helping people discover their inner greatness. Andrea's power voice was unleashed after receiving mentorship from Les Brown. Andrea has mentored to Think Into Results by John Torrico under the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Welcome, 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 Miss Andrea Adams.
Hello, thank you so much, Dr. Tabitha. I really do appreciate that wonderful introduction.
Yes, you are most welcome. I'll leave you with Genius's comment and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much. I just want to send out sincere thank you to the Black Business Network. Thank you so much for having me here yet another month. Indeed, I am just so honored to be able to share some of my knowledge with you. Now, this afternoon, I just want to talk a little bit about self acceptance. And the reason why I chose to dive into that, in my journey, I am a certified ICF, mindset, communication, and relationship coach. And one of my major mantles is actually to be able to help, especially youths, to be able to improve the conversations that they have with themselves. Because in order for us to be able to run a successful business, in order for us to be able to run the business of life, meaning our own life, our own body, and the things that we do daily, in order for us to be successful in any forum or any part of our lives, we really and truly must have self love and self acceptance. Self acceptance is one of those topics that we don't speak about too often. It's something that it's very much so taboo because people do not get deep into it, really and truly reflecting and understanding if they've really accepted themselves, if they really love themselves unconditionally. And just let me expand on that a little. I would ask you, like, what are the questions that you ask yourself? What is the story of yourself that you have told yourself? Many times we're so overcome with many thoughts of doubt. We have over 50 to 60,000 thoughts per day, and most of them are garbage thoughts that are repeated and they just keep coming back. We may be successful, but even as we grow and we become successful and we've achieved certain dreams, what happened? Any true entrepreneur, any true person who is successful, what they want more. Because when you have been able to serve and you've been able to, or you were given that gift to be able to help others and go to another point of your life, what happens? Most times you are tasked with the job of doing more. When you're tasked with that job of doing more, it requires growth, it requires expansion. And even sometimes when we've reached what we think to the top of that ladder, what happens? We look back, we reflect before we move forward. And there are times, even in our days of success, that we battle with certain questions. Oh, why did I do this? Am I enough? Am I going to be able to do the things that I want to do? These are like self doubt that comes in. And then sometimes we do not learn the art of accepting ourselves and loving ourselves truly. So today, I'm going to dive in a little bit about with you about what is self acceptance. And I want to say that self acceptance, it actually requires you to have compassion for yourself. And compassion actually frees you and heals you and leads you to radical contentment. Our goal in life, really and truly, no matter who it is to be able to live a life of contentment. So today we're going to just touch a little bit on what is self acceptance and why is accepting ourselves such a challenging task. We're going to just go over 9 ways in which you can begin accepting yourself, and we're going to talk a little bit about self esteem, self confidence, and how we can use meditation as a tool for self acceptance. Now, when you think about having good emotional health, self esteem, self confidence, optimism, and mental toughness is likely what comes to mind. You might not consider the idea of self contentment and self acceptance, but isn't contentment what we are all really seeking? Just think about it. Contentment is the place where we do not need anything. We're completely satisfied as we are and as our life is. And think about how many things you do each day in an effort to really and truly reach your life to that place where you feel more content. You say or do things, some people do say or do things to impress others. And sometimes we make a conscious effort to overcome that stage of our lives. But these are certain things that are sometimes innately planted in our being. So we want to impress others. Sometimes we say or do things to avoid being criticized or ridiculed. You may work at a job that you don't like so that you can make money to buy things that you don't want to impress others. Sometimes we exercise and diet beyond what is reasonable just so that we can look a certain way. And why we do that sometimes? Sometimes we do that not just for ourselves, but sometimes we do it because we want to be accepted by society. We want to be accepted by others. The list is endless. However, we spend a lot of time of our day trying to feel content. Okay, so whatever it is that we're doing, we just try to get to that path of radical contentment. But no matter whatever is happening in your life, for you to really reach to that core and that point, you really have to get to a place of self acceptance. Now, I'm going to read a little quote by Brene Brown. It says, "The truth is, belonging starts with self acceptance. Your level of belonging, in fact, can never be greater than your level of self acceptance. Because believing that you are enough is what gives you the courage to be authentic, vulnerable, and imperfect." Yes, we are imperfectly perfect. So let's dive in a little bit into what is acceptance, self acceptance. So there are many ways to look at self acceptance. Some of them are more constructive than others, but it would be a mistake to think of self acceptance to be a blanket acceptance of our weakness or our bad habits or negative things that we do just to refrain from taking responsibility of improving. So, accepting yourself is not an excuse to not bring yourself to the greatest being that you are. Remember, you are limitless. You are limitless potential. So, we can never know our true potential. Self acceptance is not an excuse for laziness and complacency. You can still be content and still try to be improved, still try to be the best version of you. It also doesn't mean that you accept your fate and determine that nothing should be done to change your life. Self acceptance is a reckoning within yourself and it's acknowledgement of your shortcomings, character, strengths, habits, tendencies. It's about really facing the truth and accepting our reality, your reality. Once you know where you are, you can make reasonable plan to move forward. Self-acceptance is ultimately contentment because you're no longer fighting with yourself. It is said that you cannot be your number one fan and also your number one enemy because that would be self-defeating. I want you just reflect and think how often we try to we do stuff, we are successful at it. But maybe that success level that we have reached, it did not fit the the stick you was trying to get to. You wanted to get to a certain point, but it didn't reach there. So because of that, you're sometimes, hey, oh, I could have done this better, or I could have done that better. All I'm saying is that when you do that to yourself, you are defeating yourself because you cannot be cheering for yourself and still be your own enemy. You need to free yourself from self punishment. How many times have you punished yourself and you have succeeded so well? Like everyone is congratulating you, your projects and your goals are being met, you're doing life, you're making those goals, you're setting the goals, you're crunching the goals, and still you're punishing yourself because it didn't go exactly to that blueprint that you would have wanted to. When you release yourself from negative thoughts that you hold back and accept that you're setting yourself for a radical journey. And that journey is a journey towards peace, contentment, and happiness. But I can tell you, it's so much easier said than done. Even as a coach, a life coach, and coaching people, I myself, I have my battles that I fight with. And I'm sure that each and every one of you have your own battles, whether you're aware of it or not, that you do fight with. And in order to be a strong business person, you really and truly have to make that commitment of ensuring that you do that journey of working with yourself. Because in order to give the world or to make the world a better place, you have to give the world a better person, and it starts with you. That journey of reflection, that journey of self-acceptance starts with you. You hold that mantle to be able to ensure that your roots are deep. Then you can go out there and be the best version of yourself. So we're going to go on to explain reasons why self-acceptance is so challenging. But before I do that, let me just pull up another one of my quotes. And this one is by Jeff Koons. It says, "For me, art really starts with acceptance, self-trust. Wherever you come to with art, it's perfect. You don't have to come with anything. What you bring to something is the art. That's where it's found. It's found within you. So remember that you are a work of art. You are you to the second power. You are limitless potential. But you have to work within you and understand how powerful you are. And that begins with self-love and acceptance. So, why is accepting yourself so challenging? We're hard on ourselves. Many of us are more understanding and forgiving of others than we are of ourselves. And it doesn't take a lot of sense. If anyone, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. If anyone is going to be on your side, it should be you. You should be your number one cheerleader. There are several common signs that you're being too hard on yourself. And here are some. You dwell on your mistakes. You compare yourself to others. You don't you don't think that your own ideas are fair. Sometimes you spend too much time thinking about past failures. And sometimes you can't take a compliment well. Sometimes you're being unrealistic. And these are just a few, but there are many other reasons why there's so many other signs that shows us we're being too hard on ourselves. So just let's dive in a little bit more on some of them, like dwelling on your own mistakes. This accomplishes nothing positive. What it does is actually cause you to have negative thoughts, and it actually discourages you from being able to move forward and do what you want to do. This is one of the most common mistakes that people use. Like, we are human. You are human. I am human. And it is human to err. We do make mistakes. No matter how perfect we try to be, mistakes can happen intentionally, unintentionally. So that's why accidents are called accidents. That's why mistakes are called mistakes. Sometimes it happens. And if we punish ourselves and we continue to dwell on mistakes that we make, we are definitely not going to accept ourselves, because every time we try to take a step forward, we're going to go back saying, oh, well, I did this way. Or sometimes it might prevent you from making a new step or taking a new opportunity because you're so hard on yourself. Well, the last time I went out there and I tried to jump, then grow wings, I fell all the way down to on the floor. It doesn't mean that you don't jump again and grow wings, because it creates fear when you dwell on your past mistakes. It just boxes you in and stops you from being able to get new opportunities, or not get new opportunities, but take new opportunities. Remember, we're all human and we all make mistakes, and dwelling on mistakes just actually makes you feel generally less capable and miserable. Now, they say comparison is a thief of joy. That's another thing that we do a lot. As successful as someone is, most times we find ourselves comparing ourselves to others. There's always someone richer, better looking, more musically talented, luckier, or has children that do better in school. Actually, comparing to yourself is so dangerous because you don't know the other person's background or available resources. You don't know whose wing they flew on to get where they got. They have they might have had some type of an advantage that you did not have. You're more likely to compare yourself to exceptional people, and most times we don't compare ourselves to people who you may not find yourself comparing yourself to someone who's homeless or who doesn't seem to be successful. Most times we look at others who have already gained certain things and we then compare ourselves to that. And then in some cases, you may find an older woman, a mid-aged woman, or a mid-aged man comparing themselves to a 21-year-old intern or a model or someone who's much younger. But for whatever reason, we find ourselves comparing ourselves to others. And that is actually not a good thing because it takes away your joy. We have to accept ourselves for who we are, embrace yourself for where you are. And as I said before, self acceptance is no excuse for complacency, but we must learn to accept ourselves in our journey where we are in order to be a strong business person. Now, another thing that we do is that we don't give our ideas a fair chance. Like, how many great ideas have you had, but you dismissed? It's like self doubt comes in. We get a great idea and we dismiss it because we may think that we're not good enough. We have not accepted ourselves for who we are. We think that sometimes, oh, well, if I put this out to the world, somebody may be like, who is he or who is she to think that she can do this? But we need to give our ideas a fair chance. We need, when we get those ideas, to run with it. We need to accept that, hey, this here is a gift that has been given to me. Let me take a chance. When I'm uncertain, jump, then grow wings and fly and succeed. Another sign that we're hard on ourselves is that we spend too much time thinking about past failures. Oh my goodness, the past. I mean, like, that's something we say, well, oh, I tried this 60 times, but it didn't work. Now, when you think about people like most of the greats, people thought they were crazy. People thought that their ideas were, ooh, out of this world. Is like, they must need some mental help or something. Like the Wright brothers. How many failures, how many times did most successful people have to fail in order to see the results that they need? So instead of thinking about our past failure, why don't we just use those failures to be able to propel ourselves? The past, you chicken out and didn't ask Mary to the prom. So you think about that. Or you majored in liberal arts instead of engineering. Maybe you didn't get the dream job, or there's always something that we're thinking about that we wanted to do, but we didn't get to do. It was such a failure. And we focus and we zoom in on those negative experiences. And if you focus on negative experience, you're failing to accept yourself. And guess what? Your current reality. As long as we are alive, we will fail forward. That's what one of the speakers used that term, fail forward, this morning. And it really did stick with me because when you fail forward, you're failing so that you get the opportunity to be successful. So instead of focusing on those negative experiences, give yourself that gift of failing forward. Now, another thing that we are so guilty of is that we are unable to take a compliment well. There are good things about you. It's okay when others acknowledge those things. Even the most successful people, sometimes they shy away from praise. Now, there's a difference in terms of being egotistical. There's such a big difference. But also, we have to learn that when people acknowledge what we do, take that compliment, say thank you. Your inability to accept a compliment from others is a sign that you have not accepted yourself. Give yourself that gift of acceptance. You receive a compliment, say thank you. And just pat yourself on the back, not in an egotistical way, but in acknowledgement that, hey, I worked for this. I failed forward and I was able to do this. Now, one of the biggest things is being unrealistic. Like being unrealistic might be seen as being kind to yourself, but it really isn't. If you truly don't have what it takes to become an NBA star or a CEO, you're not doing yourself any favors by holding on to unrealistic expectations. You're ultimately being hard on yourself. That's like maybe having no legs and saying that you want to run a marathon, or just being, maybe you want to be a pilot but haven't gone to pilot school or don't intend to go to pilot school. There are just some things that are unrealistic. And in setting goals, one of the things I tend to talk about is that there are different type of goals. When you're setting goals, goals must be realistic, but you should also set goals that are hard to achieve in order to give yourself that challenge. There's this line between it. And it's the same thing with self-acceptance. When you are trying to achieve stuff, sometimes you just need to be realistic in terms of what is it that you are trying to achieve. So this here is kind of like one of those thin lines where you want to be able to set goals at a certain point or a certain milestone, but you don't want to limit yourself because, of course, we are limitless potential. But still, there is a certain line of reality. Another example could be maybe you want to be a speaker, but you can't speak in the sense that you're dumb, or it could be so many things. You can't expect to not have an ability to do something, or I would say the natural resource to do it and expect to do it. It's just you have to set certain realistic grounds in order to be able to accept yourself, because you don't want to set something and say that you're doing something that you know that it's definitely beyond your natural ability to do. So it's not easy to accept yourself. And we've been taught that the ideal person is financially successful, athletic, maybe attractive, cool under pressure, maybe hilarious, a social creature, creative, and the life of the party. And most of us will never check all of those boxes. We are all unique. Each and every one of you are unique. And the moment that we are able to accept, hey, this is who I am, unapologetically, I am me. And one of the things that comes under the line of self-acceptance is that we really and truly are seeking the acceptance of others. So if we are to just love ourselves and accept ourselves just as we are, then we will not find ourselves pressured, because the truth be told, even if we don't admit it, we go like, oh, well, I don't care what anybody have to say. I am living my life how I want to live my life. I'm doing what I want to do. But at the end of the day, if we are transparently honest with ourselves, a lot of it leads back to doing stuff to impress others. So instead of accepting yourself fully as who you are, whether it's, what should I say, imperfectly you or imperfectly perfect, we're literally, really and truly at the end of the day, in most cases, trying to get the approval of the outside world in somehow or the other, somewhere or the other. Maybe your mom. We want to achieve this or do this because we want to please our mom. We want to make our mom proud, or a friend, or your school friends, or whoever it is. But many of us live a life where we're trying to get the approval of others instead of really and truly accepting ourselves as we are. There are lots of signs that you're not accepting yourself, or as accepting of yourself as you can be. Because many of us who are successful in business, we would have had to come on some form of a journey of learning to accept ourselves to be able to fight the fight and get to that place that we need to get to. But even as we get there and we do that, there's still some things that we sometimes do need to work on and every now and then reflect. So many times we really don't accept ourselves as much as we think. So before we go into the 9 ways to begin accepting ourselves, let me just share with you a little quote. It's by Paul Tournier, and it says, acceptance is one of one's life has nothing to do with resignation. It does not mean running away from the struggle. On the contrary, it means accepting it as it comes, with all the handicaps of hereditary, of suffering, of psychological complexities and injustice. So let's get to the fun part as we begin to wind down this session. Let's talk about the 9 ways to begin accepting yourself. Accepting yourself, of course, is a process. And that's why I mentioned earlier that we should do reflections. Ever so often reflect on ourselves and see how we're failing to accept ourselves. The little things you do or fail to do each day actually determines your level of self-acceptance. And developing these habits that I'm going to share and dropping the negative habits is a huge step in the right direction. And it's really, really hard to accept yourself. So first of all, you should just be accepting of yourself each day and try to develop these habits. And number 1, it's let go of your mistakes and failures. The second one, only compare yourself to you. Number 3 is separate yourself from your emotions. 4, be aware of what makes you unique and embrace it. 5, let go of the things you can't change or control. 6, do something that you've always wanted to do. Number 7 is to be more assertive. 8, recognize your thoughts and your feelings. And 9 is continue evolving. I will quickly go over them with you. Number 1, let go of your mistakes and your failures. Remember to take the necessary time to learn from negative experiences. Once you've done that, there is nothing else to be gained by them. Let them go and decide how you can avoid making the same error in the future, then move on. Because remember, they say, a nation that does not learn from their mistakes are doomed to repeat it. So just learn from your mistakes. 2, only compare you to you. Comparing yourself to someone else is like a tree, trying to compare a tree to a loaf of bread. There is no comparison. However, you can compare yourself to your previous results. So you can compare to see if you're doing better. And if you are, you have every reason to be excited. And if you're coming up short, be excited that you know what you can do to rectify that situation. Number 3, remember to separate yourself from your emotions, because your emotions are separate from you. You are not your emotions. They are something that you're experiencing, just like someone stepping on your toe. Observe them as a feeling in your body or as a piece of paper blowing down the street. Just observe them. A piece of paper blowing by doesn't have any control over you. Your emotions is like that. It doesn't have control over you. You are in control of your emotions. Number 4 is be aware of what makes you unique. And whatever it is that makes you unique, identify it and embrace it. It might be your flaming red hair or your high IQ or your compassion for people or animals. Maybe you're in the bottom fifth for of your height. You might not be tall, but you know who you are and you embrace you. You are not the same as anyone else. It's your uniqueness that provides a potential for you to be different and to add value to the world. So whatever it is that you have that's different, that makes you unique, embrace it. The fifth thing is to let go of things that you can't change. Come on. You're not accepting a life of limitation. I'm not saying that by any means that you're accepting a life of limitation, but you have to embrace the things about yourself that makes you different. Do something that you've always wanted to do. And that's the sixth one. Avoid denying yourself of your impulses. Remember to try new things. Be more assertive and let people know what you think. That's number 7. Number 8, remember to recognize your thought and your feelings. Examine your self-talk. That story of yourself that you tell yourself. Remember, make sure that it's a good story, because the more we reflect on the negative parts, the worse the story begins. So stop reflecting on it and remember to continue evolving. Number 9. Those with little self-acceptance tend to be stuck, and you do not want to be stuck. Have an open mind, be open for change, and be honest with yourself. And treat each new day as an opportunity to practice self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is just a choice, and you must choose to experience it.
That was absolutely amazing, talking about self-acceptance, and you finished with 9 things that people can do. You said you are unique, baby. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing all of that information that you shared with us on today. How is it that people can connect with you?
Okay, so I can be reached at adornamilearninginstitute.com. That's ADORNAMI learninginstitute.com.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom on today. We greatly appreciate it. Genius is common, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below, and that's $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for their generous donations, and that's NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rich Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Barbara H. Smith, LLC, Margie McLean Foundation, Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shania Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success. Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know, it explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into to what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons that I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at.